Commissioner, tell us about the CTO meetings. How has it been working and discussing tourism issues with your regional colleagues?
Yeah, the meetings here in Turks and Caicos have been very productive from a professional standpoint in understanding challenges with my peers across the region. Clearly, the flip side of that, there are many opportunities for us here in the Caribbean in terms of tourism and both on the overnight sector as well as the cruise side. We just finished a Council of Ministers meeting in which some very hopeful data was highlighted in terms of the region on a whole's performance relative to the rest of the world. And for that, it's very encouraging as we continue to build tourism, not only in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but also for the region.
How are things going in U.S. Virgin Islands? Obviously, you've got some good news with additional inventory in the St. Thomas, St. John district. How are things looking as you move towards the peak winter season?
Yeah, I think our winter season, based on the numbers we have in terms of seats into the territory, both St. Thomas, St. John district and St. Croix district, are very optimistic. We feel good. They're up from 2019 and slightly up from 2022 relative to the continental U.S. traffic in. We are beginning to see signs of more intra-island between St. Thomas and St. Croix with the addition of some smaller commuter airlines. So hopefully that will help people come in and move up amongst the three islands. Lastly, I think we saw a bit of a correction this summer in terms of overnight guests and cruise guests to the region and to the territory in terms of visitors. So we expect to see that 23, I believe, is going to be the new baseline in which destinations track moving forward. So for a long time we were tracking against 19 because COVID and uncertainty. But I think, at least for the U.S. Virgin Islands, I feel pretty confident to say that we've seen arguably the worst, and then we saw what it could be in a unique situation. And now I think we're seeing more of a correction of how I think travel is going to be, at least for the region, for the next couple of years.
Finally, as you look into the peak winter season, 2024 and beyond, what's the positioning? What's the plan of action as it relates to keeping the U.S. Virgin Islands as a top consideration for global travelers? Yeah,
I think one of the things that we consistently focus on is you have to continue to refresh your product, one. I think secondly, you have to continue to tread waters in other areas. So one of the things that we've done over the past 18 months is we've aggressively moved into the sports tourism marketing aspect. So we have agreements with the Boston Red Sox, which helps us direct lift from Logan Airport in Boston and the New England area. We've done a deal with the Chicago Cubs, which helps us with our Midwest traffic. We have two airlines that fly out of O'Hare directed to St. Thomas. And lastly, a couple of months ago, we announced a deal with the New York Jets, which our number one market still is the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and that deal helps us. And what we've found is it gives us an opportunity to get broad brand awareness in these particular cities that have very committed fan bases. And as a direct result, we have seen a bump in interest from those particular targeted targeted areas, and we hope to see that then parlay in 24 winter season and beyond from people becoming more and more familiar with the U.S. Virgin Islands.